hero that can lane against Arlott and is such a big problem in a team fight.
We're just putting out how Renzio is such a menace with these heroes and how Nexplay will still manage to not see that one more thing to ban out. Someone tells me they're prepared for this and they just don't want the glue in. So on how they wanted to play this up against Smart Omega, this could be... Oh, their mid lane trade, Lilia.
Lapu Lapu
For
still
Smart
sounds.
Omega. Oh, so Lapu Lapu still present for Renzio.
Yeah, I think you go Lapu Lapu and Atlas here.
Oh, for the first time, it's, well, could be taken. And when you see Smart Omega use those heroes, give so much ways.
Yeah, either Grok or Atlas. I like Atlas better versus Lilia, although you suffer kind of a bit on the early stages, especially on level 1. But the beauty of Atlas versus Grok is whenever you have that perfect match, you can't...
What?
Whoa,
Oh, Renzio classic as well.
remember I said the team that throws curveballs?
Curveball, yeah.
Here's the curveball.
You go Masha against Beatrix. It's a curveball long known before MSC, you know?
Yep.
It's a Beatrix counter, basically, and it can one-hit delete heroes.
Yeah, because
Yep.
this is still, you know, like the way that Masha is played, it's still pressure towards Domeng. And that's, like, it's almost, I say this like Hilda, right? Your job is literally to sprint at people. Yeah, that's kind of what Masha does.
And you know what's crazy? It's even more terrifying because you see Lapu Lapu casting his skills, close the gap on you. This guy's just running, dude.
Just full force, and then
Full
she comes
force.
in and
Yeah,
thunderclaps on
with
you.
sprint, you know?
Parology is my
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Oh, Diggy.
Now you play Diggy. What happened in game 2?
Where you could have been, well, having a chance up against Smart Omega. So we're seeing two heroes pop up in these two teams. This is the pressure right now if you want to secure yourselves in a slot for playoffs. But this time, Masha is back in the hands of Renzio. We're talking about Menace heroes. Oh, you forgot one. That's Masha.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure about it though, because there is that risk of having this explainer that is dedicated to a single role.
Yeah.
Because most explainers now are multi-dimensional, like the Yuzong, the Benedetta,
Yup.
the Lapu Lapu, the Glue. With Masha, your only goal in this game is to have such an insane amount of HP and use Thunderclap on somebody. So I feel like it is kind of one-dimensional, but there's also the fact that it is a protective layer for the carry to be able to play on Smart Omega side.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, amplify Kelra. The only way they can have against this, the lineup of, again, NXPE Evos. Now, the Diggy is back in their hands. Maybe this settles things onto the table because we were pointing out some ways on how NXPLAY Evos could make their way on to game number 3. Well, maybe this is their answer.
Like, you know, and as we see this game kind of progress here, that's the thing too. The assignment for Renzio is so simple. Just pick a target, sprint at them, and force something out. Whether that's you know a battle spell, the ultimates, probably even the time journey. That's part of it, right?
Yeah.
If you can go and just force time journey out, then you lose so much value out of this Diggy pick here.
Yeah, pressure ISO. Just what he keeps on doing game number 1 and 2.
Yeah, even though the Diggy pick works wonderful against both Kelra and Miko, well, Stome included, I'm just not a huge fan of it because you need way more versus this lineup of Smart Omega. It's not just about limiting the crowd control ability. Of course, you're targeting Miko and you're shutting down the game of Cho, but what about the front line? Because Smart Omega can fight front line as well. And even if you say that you have Ding to just zone out Kelra, that means Ding is not with Brusco DR. And this means that the Arrow can still be taken down by the carry.
Yeah, speaking of the gold lane matchup, that's how the threats are in the early game for Nexplay Evos. On the other hand, XP lane, that's how you peel, that's how you force. So something tells me Omega is looking for mistakes on this early game that they can use up against NXPE Evos. It's the momentum factor here that they want to do.
Well, Kelra. Did they not know?
I guess they didn't know that he was there. He's going to get pulled back, but Domeng taking a couple shots. A couple seconds away also from that turtle being up. There was a lot of attention bottom side, too, against the 2 XP lanes, but still no one going down just yet. All in time for this first turtle of the game.
Good positioning for Keller. How do you not manage to see a dangerous threat right in the bush? Now Renzio, on the other hand, setting his eyes, setting a border here.
Yep,
to
there
Ding.
you go. He's going to go for Ding. The flicker does come out. There's the final slash, trying to peel them away here. Ryzen securing the first turtle. NXP going to get out of here. They know they lost the objective. They don't want to lose any bodies either.
I'm actually surprised that Masha wins over the artist.
Oh, Wow.
Make that 2.
This is why I'm not a huge fan of Diggy. You need way more. Yes, you are protecting the Beatrix for the laning stage. In the team fights, however, it's not going to be protected by. It's not going to be protected from the Masha, and now you lose early game because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the peel of the Brusco. Oh.
I mean, this is tough, right? NXPE just even giving up that. So they lost the turtle. They gave up the 2 kills there. And it's just the pacing being set by Omega. And NXPE kind of scrambling to try to gain back their footing here.
Well, speaking of footing, do you want now to have the aid for Dom? Because as Midnight mentioned, there's a lot of pros and cons of having a Diggy. You either go roam and poke everybody out and drain resources, but now on how Omega started the game, they're putting NXP in the corner with like sitting ducks.
Yeah, they're committing so many heroes here to deal with the carry, and they cannot even stop Keller from farming. And this just means that the whole map is for Ryzen's take. There's not a lot of answers that NXPE can, utilize at this moment, because the way that Diggy Gold works is you pressure the enemy gold laner, but if they're able to make plays and you're not able to capitalize on the fact that the enemy roamer is absent from this gold lane, then mid game will be messed up.
Yeah, and Brusco on the other hand is rocking the Avarice. Some we see in pure rage for you to get the pokes as we're looking forward to. So it's much more of again a layer of protection. So it just drains out. Again, you're looking for mistakes, and if they don't have that chance of like putting their feet ahead against Omega, things can crumble down.
Yeah, so now with, the way the past 3 minutes have gone, Omega obviously having this little bit of an advantage to work around. So we'll see. Miko might be on the hunt for an initiation himself. They're holding on to the ultimates they need for this fight, but it looks like they assert their dominance. NXP grabs this turtle, though.
Bottom lane.
Ultimate usage, but that's Renshu pushing.
Yeah, I mean,
tower down bottom.
NXP to really display dominance, they put 5 heroes there, but Masha, I mean, even if it's not damage Masha, it's still enough for him to take the tower on the bottom lane. Brusco though.
Okay, Brusco gonna have to flicker out. So, way the Dragon committed too, but yeah, like you guys are mentioning, you might get that objective, you might get that turtle, you give up that tier 1 turret though. And all the while too, the fact that, Ryzen is just continuing to farm up as much as he wants without really much hassle at all.
Yeah, they don't mind giving away the minor objectives for NXPE, because for Smart Omega, on their perspective, the major objective is that we get to late game. That is a primary goal. That is the top 1 priority on our list. We have this insane amount of farm on all of our cores, then we win late game.
Yeah, this is a problem. There's 4 members of NXP right on top.
Oh, Stone gonna be forced to use that Cult Ulcer, plus get out of there with a flicker. That could have been way worse for them, but both teams just kind of back off here. Renzio just doing a great job at just planting himself in the bottom side too, keeping Ding planted there. And all this, again, you're seeing the back and forth between the 2 teams. Omega holding on to that lead they have, but right now it's NXPE looking for any kills that they can grab here to start the momentum on their side.
Yeah, and it's such an interesting dynamic, because for NXPE, if they want to be able to win fights, they have to commit heroes, but it has to be with just 4. Because if Ding wants to be able to participate on fights, he has to cut minion waves. But Renzio has been doing a phenomenal job of just stopping Ding from doing that. And you can't leave this lane, because if you're not able to cut the wave, Masha is just gonna take towers.
Yeah, she'll just be really happy just pushing through. Just imagine an XP lane leaving Renzio alone down bottom. Something tells me it's a lot of problems that they're putting up against Nexplay Evos. Would you push or would you join me in the fight? Because right now they're not. The eyes are not
just here
enough.
Well, they finally got that turret tier 1. Now going to be fighting for this 3rd turtle of the game. Renzio beelines right to Domang.
Oh!
But it's secured by Boet there. There's the Divine Judgment too. Renzio with the Cult Ulcer helping him out. Live a little bit longer here. Now Stome getting caught between the wall. He's going to fall. Yelly Hayes grabs the kill. NXP now on the board here. Be looking for more. Domang's still alive. Now Yelly Hayes, the focus. Kelra, 1 hit away. Can he get him? He does. There's the final slash, though. Kelra gonna fall. Miko with the way of the dragon. Both teams losing a couple of members here. Still, the fight goes on. Ryzen trying to hold Boyet there as long as he can. But NXPE grabbing a couple kills for themselves, plus that turtle.
And look at the objective days. Who won? Who literally won in that fight?
Yeah, they kind of messed up the retribution timing here from Ryzen. There was a 231 HP left after he used the retribution, so Boyd was able to secure it for NXPE. Kerala did, however, die on that process. I would say that NXPE would have been happy with just that alone, but he was able to net a kill as well. So it is kind of problematic that the Beatrix and the carry is head-to-head in terms of gold. If you're NXP, you want to be able to at least get a pedestal higher over the carry because, you know, you have to be able to maximize your mid-game spike with the Beatrix. But so far, as the things are going for Smart Omega, they're on equal levels. And you don't want to be on that position if you're NXP because equal against carry means you're losing the game.
Oh, Renzio might get locked down here. There's the final slash. Boyette holding on to Divine Judgment just now. They should have enough firepower. They do. Ding grabs the kill. A pickup for NXPE.
And all of the resources, ultimates, just turned black.
Everything was committed just for the mock.
Just for one player, Renzio.
I would love for Renzio to go 0-6 in this game so that he doesn't give out so many bounties. Because if you net more kills on Renzio, every kill that NXPE gets is more efficient.
Ding, though, going to get kicked to the team here. There's the final slash, trying to keep himself alive. And he does it. Now Domeng. They're on the hunt here. Stome has to flicker out.
Wow.
It's a bad situation for Omega. Lord is now up, but NXPE quite low as well. Renzio making his way to cover this area. That could have been way worse. I can't believe Ding was able to do that.
That final slash, though.
Yeah.
No casualties of being in that fight with Nexplay Evos. How did they manage to pull that off?
I'm pretty sure Ding was just pressing second skill, pressing the vengeance, you know. Everybody's marked. Press second skill. as many times as you can.
And outlast everything, but now it's on the side of Nexplay Evos. Renzio, on the other hand, look.
Okay.
Ding.
Renzio has a target in mind. Ding's going to get grabbed, though. There's the...
Domeng!
Oh, Ding going to keep Kelra there. Boyette secures the Lord. Domeng's still alive, firing from the backside. Omega cannot get to him. Renzio going to heal up a little bit. Still looking for Yelly Hayes. Gets him down. So it's Ding. Actually, no, Yelly Hayes still alive. 3 fall for Omega.
Yeah, Ding is doing a fantastic job on utilizing the skills of Arla. And Smart Omega, as much as they wanted to take out the Lord, Boyette was just much faster on the retribution. And the slows coming out from Yele's Glooms is proving to be fatal in terms of the team fight that Smart Omega can bring, because even the Cult Altar is not safe from the from the Glooms. They're able to just remove the HPs away from Smart Omega, and after that fact, you also have to deal with the vengeance of Ding DR, and of course, Brusco with the bombs and the reverse times. There is just so much control on the side of NXP. The damage, however, is there from Smart Omega. Kerala is just not confident enough to position himself aggressively on fights yet.
Oh, they're going to look for a sandwich play here. Ryzen not going to get dragged, though. Boyette holds on to that. So they're happy with the tier 2. We'll see if they can still put pressure. NXPE still eyes set on the mid lane as well. And it's Omega that has to defend here.
I say they have good re-entry back in the mid-game. Oh, some got pulled.
They're going to find Ryzen, the perfect mark. They take him out. Tier 2 does go down. Yelly Hayes using the black shoes. Gets that reset in. NXPE still
this is
on the mid lane.
commitment.
Renzio has plenty of health still, though. Going to get CC'd a little bit. Too much.
Ouch.
Able to survive with a sliver of health. And now the mid lane turret going to be taken down by NXPE.
Storm evades. Nexplay was onto the base, locking in.
Not sure if they're going to be able to punch this one just yet. They're happy with the inhibitor. Might still look for the top side or any pickoff. Boyette waiting for that Divine Judgment to be back up. Waves are clear. The pressure is here from NXPE.
Yeah, this is commitment from NXPE. This is what we were looking for on game number 2. Ding DR standing on the front lines. Masha is not there yet. Even the carry is not there yet. So NXPE is able to capitalize on their mid-game spikes at the moment, and they're not holding. They're not being patient. Yes, they're being patient, but they're not patiently waiting for Omega to just get a response back.
Well, right now, they're trying to hold on to this last inhibitor turret. The covering fire from Domeng comes out. It's a lot to handle. They did get the flicker out from Stome. But Omega holds on to that bottom and top turret here.
Yeah, they're not
Man.
letting go. They're not letting go of the control that they have.
The gamble of Smart. I mean, did you see how they managed to just use conceal on 3, and knowing that there's 3 members on NXP who has the higher damage up against them? I said this is their last card they wanted to play. Oh, look at that. It's just purely controlled back at NXPE. We're talking about their mid lane re-entry and the finding angles. This is good progress on how they wanted to do in this game.
Miko doesn't know what to do. Brusco is just standing on the front line with a threat of the Time's Journey. Didn't even have it earlier, but now he does.
And we'll see if Ryzen can pull something off here. Brusco, there's the Time's Journey. It's going to be forced out. Renzio's doing his job, taking the brunt of the damage. There's Divine Judgment too. Domain gets the kill.
Miko!
And they help him. Miko with the Way of the Dragon. They find Yelly Hayes. The final slash comes through. Double kill for Domang. And they force Omega back. NXP now looking to take this Lord.
The idea was there from Smart Omega. Renzio was like, okay, if Miko can do it, I have to pop the Time's Journey. And they did bait out the ultimate from Brusco DR, but the flicker play only landed onto Yelly Hayes, and they didn't even have the damage to take the Lily out. And NXPE, they're still able to come out of that fight victorious. Again, the damage output is just higher on NXPE, not just because of the fact that Carry is not able to fight, but they can, they can stand their ground against Smart Omega, while the Barangay really cannot do that because Kelra has to worry about his own positioning. So most of the time that he commits onto these skirmishes are just positioning himself, while Doming DR is just sitting pretty. He's just standing his ground, attacking the targets. Whoever is the front line, it's a target that I can hit.
Yeah, 403 on to Domang, and I'm seeing 2 Guardian helmets on Smart Omega. Renzio, on the other hand, needs to be the front line of this team fight because the lead right now is bouncing onto the Tigers, and they're taking down the last turrets of Omega. Oh, Storm receives damage, dropping his HP down.
Yep. The shots are there. Renzio tanking as much as he can here. Lord finally going to get taken down. Base fully exposed, though. NXP might be looking to punch this one in here. Miko trying to buy some time.
Oh,
there
look
you
at the
go,
damage.
Stome now. Look at the damage is right. Domang is unstoppable. As Stome does fall still. There's the final slash. Dink trying to make a play here. Trying to buy the time he needs. Still going to be alive. Renzio, the front of the line. Now taking the shots from Domang. Domang looking to end the game here. Double kill again. The crystal is still up. The minions have been cleared. It's not enough time just yet. Boyette's still alive.
What the hell,
Smart Omega going the wall. This is one. Yelly Hayes falls. Ryzen chasing down Domang. He buys the immortality. They got to be careful how they approach it. Domang and Boyette, and here comes Brusco. Omega defends.
A messy team fight, but that's just NXP on pure confidence. Domang with the recalls and taunts. Just how they put Omega onto the base for defense.
Yeah, they did, however, win that team fight, but NXP cannot close it out. The juggling between Smart Omega. Renzio was like, okay, I go first. Okay, I go back. Stone, you go now. Okay, Stone, you go back. I go in again. The juggling. And NXP, they cannot commit to the base push because they know that there is a pull from the Paramis. Once the minion wave has been cleared, if they time it wrong, Smart Omega can just pull them back, especially without a Time's Journey. Miko can also kick back a target on the side of NXP. That's why they were not able to fully commit. But also Kelra, standing on the front lines, making sure that he outputs the damage necessary to deal the minion wave and to also whittle down the HP of NXPE. He was also, fighting it toe-to-toe against Doming DR with incredible flicker usage and also the mobility from Kelra. It was an insane base defense from Smart Omega.
Amazing sequencing of skills. This is just pure veterancy on Omega and how they wanted to have that discipline up against NXPE. Look at that, almost half HP. Damage onto Kelra, and they want to control this river right now if they are NXPE.
Yeah, this is going to be massive if Miko can pull off a surprise here, but Yelly Hayes knows what they're up to. Still trying to find the space. The Ryzen, there's the Cult Altar. It did come down. It was converted. The Time Journey. Renzio goes in, finds the perfect mark. Domang is down. Final slash there too. Now Brusco going to be in trouble. Renzio zoning everybody out here. Kelra grabs the kill. after Renzio finally goes down, but mission accomplished for him.
Yeah.
Omega, they turn things around here.
The show has definitely been stopped by the Masha. Renzio, again, this is the sole purpose of the hero. He's born to do one thing. He was drafted for a single purpose. Use that thunderclap onto the Beatrix, and once you shut down Doming DR, team fight is over for NXPE.
And just as that, we were seeing like 7K gold lead drop down to 1K. Real-time readers with Nexplay Evos, but how Rengio managed to just scratch and thunderclap everybody right in their faces with all these defense items. This is just one way of saying Omega is not backing down.
It's always this time. It's always around this time, right? They always make a big play, past that 16 to around the 18-minute mark. And so now, like you mentioned, OSX, they've diminished that lead, that massive lead that NXP had, where we saw them struggle to punch it in. And now they're on the assault to the base here. They're going to be able to clear that Lord pretty quickly, though. But they lose more space that they had to work with. So the tier 2s are now down. They hold on to the base turrets. That's the advantage that NXPE has right now.
Yeah, and you're also playing against a carry, by the way. So late game, it's still, it's still the same as game number 2. NXPE does have better chances on this match, but Smart Omega, they definitely have the hold of this game in their favor.
Well, back in Season 9 or Season 8, it's not a Omega and NXP game if we're not getting in game number 3 with all the turrets out in their bases. There's always a heist coming. There's always these things that happen like, hey, we just can't count out on how these teams manage to reset in the midst of chaos. And even they're in the rap lines of Leo, they're not going to stop even for the late game. Right?
Am I seeing things, or did Kelro just buy 2 wind towers? I mean, I saw him buy it.
Well, he might have. That was divine judgment already. The Cult Altar did come down. A lot is being committed here. All teams just kind of checking to see if they can get that advantage. We're still a little ways from the Lord, but yeah, as you were saying, Midnight, we have to look at that again. I'm not sure if it was.
2 wind talkers?
I saw Kelra bought one wind talker 2 minutes earlier, and he just bought one again.
Probably juggling.
Yeah.
The juggle.
Maybe just choosing between items.
They juggled in the base, they juggle the items.
I mean, Kelra's been doing it for 6 weeks now, so why not juggle the items as well? Yeah, why not juggle the base?
Yeah,
juggle base.
Why not juggle everybody's phone in the game station?
So Kelra basically now is a juggler.
Yeah.
Not jungler, by the way. Not juggler.
Yeah, juggler.
So instead of juggling the items, he decides to juggle the base. That's why they play it like this.
Yeah.
In Smart Omega.
Just imagine, like we're just trying to portray things on how they managed to even to pull this through.
Ouch.
Right? Half HP, bite onto Kelra, but this is just. They're still on to the discipline and how they would want this game back on their side, and it's 2.4K gold lead.
Yeah. I love the itemization from Ryzen as well. He bought a Twilight armor, the recently changed one, so it's an anti-Beatrix now because you cannot be bursted down by the Rena's apathy. Omiko though.
Yeah, he flickered. He was looking.
This is such a crucial information.
And a crucial match.
Garabayelahage.
Oh my gosh! No matter why these things are all happening, man. We have 2 matches of the day that has the same story to tell. Who's gonna get in?
Moyet?
Oh, who's gonna get cut off?
They go into pole. Ryzen. There's the Cult Altar. He was almost down. Look at Kelra, though, unleashing on the team.
Nico.
That's gonna come out. Killing spree for Kelra. Now focusing on Dig. Domeng running for his life from Renzio. Can he get away? Immortality popped. Again, mission accomplished. The team for Omega, they grabbed the Lord, and Boyet fell as well. Still going to be looking for more. Renzio goes down. But Omega securing the Lord. Their lanes are all going to be pushed in here. NXPE on the defense once again.
Nobody spotted Kelra. He was just throwing frisbees.
Yeah.
Run in the bush.
All eyes were on Renzio and Miko because they just threatened to kill on the Doming DR for the second time around. Omega kind of almost messed up because they decided to let go of Beatrix once he was able to run away. But Renzio was like, no, I'm bored with his sole purpose. You're meant to die. Even if I have to give my own life.
Hey, it zones him out enough,
Yeah.
And to think back how Omega's playstyle developed, I mean, back in MSC, we're trying to have this, their counters with Orange Esports and some of the teams, or Team Hack rather, who won against Smart Omega. The problem is with this team, who do you even target with such players that has capability to take another responsibility to win a game?
I mean, if you're NXPE, you might want to be able to burst down. You just might consider bursting down the Masha first before you engage on a fight. The pull doesn't matter anymore against the Fredrin. What matters most is making sure that this Beatrix stays alive. So I feel like you have to, you just have to cover the Beatrix. You need to relegate resources to taking down this Masha.
You see how hard that was, though. I mean, even conceal play going to be committed here. Miko not going to find that way the Dragon's looking for, though. They do bring Renzio into the base. He's going to get pulled as well with the Divine Judgment. The covering fire comes down from Domeng. The reset with the Black Shoes. Yelly Hayes grabbing the kill, and it's Omega running into the jungle. But they have enough damage still here. NXPE is checked in their place.
What was that angle? What was that angle? By Ding, that was the longest pull from a final slash I've seen. He was outside the base, and Ding was able to pull him inside the base.
Oh, another one, another one.
Okay, they do get the way of the dragon. It's only Boyet, though. They might be looking to punish here. Boyet now on the hunt, does not have the Divine Judgment, though. NXPE going to force them into their side of the jungle. They do have these minions to work with. Renzio still out of it for 20 seconds here.
Oh, they're going for it.
NXPE might just be deciding to look to end the game. Domeng picking up that Wind of a Nature. He knows he's going to be focused on here. There's the final slash again. The pull, there's the Cult Holder coming through. Domeng firing from the backside. Still looking for more. Stone going to be in trouble. He gets taken down. NXPE.
Oh, they cleared the wave.
No waves, though, with them. Renzio now alive, and Stone as well with the way the Faramis works. It's back.
That was such a very interesting idea come out from Smart Omega. Like, Stone decisively giving his own life. Like, dude, just get away. Let me make the sacrifice. I respawn in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was a good attempt from NXP, but Omega handled it beautifully. Especially with Stone being the frontliner right there.
Oh, now they're back in full form. No ultimate for Stone, though. This time around, NXP trying to set up and ring the Lord. Oh, look at that. Look at the control of NXP. They're trying to have the Lord on their side, but at this point, who do you keep your eyes on against Smart Omega? Yeah. They don't want that mistake again.
I mean, you have to look again both at the Masha and the Beatrix. It is that kind of game wherein you have both teams have to look forward to these two meters. Oh, Ryzen though.
Okay, gets the final slash. They did get the Cult all committed already. Still going to be working on it. Domeng trying to stay alive from Renzio here. Lord's still going to be worked on. It's Boyet that falls though. Renzio finds Brusco, but it's Ryzen that secures the Lord. And now NXP running the final slash. Comes through. Miko now on the hunt. Going to flicker in. Kicks the target he's looking for. Domeng's immortality not going to be enough here as he falls. Ding still trying to buy time. Stone grabs the kill. Yelly Hayes on the run, but Kelra mid lane looking to end this game here. Yelly Hayes, one hit away. Can he buy enough time here? Miko on the hunt. Kelra mid lane pushing it in. Stone comes in with the killing blow. It's a wipeout. And Omega, the decisive turnaround of a game. They win the series 2-1.
From their highs and lows, screaming on the top of their lungs, Smart Omega recalibrated for this own momentum of the game. No matter where they are in the position of the standings, this is just their way in translating their winning ways back again.
Honestly, I kid you not. This is no way scripted whatsoever. This is how just good Smart Omega is when their backs are up against the wall. Again, very amazing stuff, especially from the base defense to the way they handled that Lord take from NXPE, and respects goes towards the both sides.
Amazing. An amazing performance from this two teams. Just imagine how you managed to give all the sweat out from Smart Omega and the relief of shouting and winning that game. Nexplay Evos really put a good fight up against the Barangay.
Great fight. They still garnered themselves a point in the series, so that still has weight to it. You know, as we round out the regular season here, who knows what else is in store, not only for today, but like for the rest of the regular season and how this all falls into place. But